Hi everyone, welcome to the Sip and Spin. I am the Tipsy Spinster. Happy Distaff Day, or as it's also known, Rock Day. In my glass is a Cosmopolitan, and a little bit behind that, I will be using the Mocktail Party book for all of my non-alcoholic libations. One of the biggest reasons why I chose to do this is because Distaff Day falls on a Tuesday this year, and I try very hard not to imbibe during the week. So I wanted to give a little bit of background on how it is that Distaff Day happened to fall on a Tuesday this year. Well, Distaff Day occurs the day after the Feast of Epiphany, and this year the Feast of Epiphany happened to be on a Monday. So here we are, but it's going to work out really well because I actually don't like Cosmopolitans. I know, I'm probably one of the few women out there that don't like drinking Cosmopolitans. This combination of tart cherry juice, orange juice, lemon juice, and lime juice with a little bit of coconut water, not only is it an amazing antioxidant, but it also, in my opinion, tastes better than the Cosmopolitans that you get with alcohol added to them. So I'm so glad that I found this book. I'll definitely put a link down in the comments for you. So with today being Distaff Day, I get to jump back into spinning after spending the 12 days of Christmas, getting my studio space reorganized. And for those of you that have been following me, I have been blending and working through my stash. Remember, today is the first day of my 100-day fiber stash down. And I wanted to clarify a few things about that as well. Basically, there's no rules. It's 100 days of doing something each day to minimize your stash. That could be blending some things together, combining things like what I did here. The Pantone color of the year is Mocha Mousse. So I created a whole lot of Mocha Mousse that I'm going to be spinning up. The peahen of Spanish Peacock is also hosting a January spin along where she's inviting spindle spinners to work through all of the little bits of fiber that you often get when you purchase spindles or that you get in sampler boxes. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'll definitely put the link to her information down in the description and the comment section as well. And that's what I'm actually going to be starting with. And so I wanted to make sure that it was very clear. There are a lot of spin-alongs that are going to happen through this 100 days. Join them all, do them all. Like I said, if you want to participate in my 100-day stash down event, you can do it in conjunction with everything else. The only rule is every day you need to do one thing to minimize or to bring your fiber stash down, or maybe for some, just to manage it a little bit better. I realized that I am awesome at acquiring fiber. I am not so good using it. So I'm going to take these 100 days to really focus on finding meaningful ways to minimize and to better organize the fiber that I currently have. So because today is my first day back at spinning, I definitely want to jump in and do a little bit of spinning. So I'm going to showcase the spindle that I have. I've never shown one of these before. This is an Elven spindle from Christoph Holzwolle, and it is one of the most uniquely designed spindles that I've ever seen. And it ties in so beautifully because this adorable little baby bat came with it. And I wanted to showcase this as well because this is a perfect example of that tiny bit of fiber that you get and you might not know what to do with. So it's going to be my first spin of this year's getting back into spinning, and it's also going to be my first spin for the 100-day stash down event. Now I'm going to open this up, this adorable little baby bat. Now, one of the other things that I'll be doing during this 100 days is talking a little bit about ways to manage your fiber when you are spindle spinning or when you're spinning with a wheel. I wanted to share as well, my spinning bowl is from the Spindle Shop, and the reason why I'm combining these two is because it's such a perfect combination and I get a really lovely spin. Oh, there we go. That's the side I want to use. So I get a really lovely spin with this one, but looking at this bat, wondering how I'm going to get this started, I have a couple of options. My first option is I can simply roll this into kind of a giant rolag, and I could tuck it under my bracelet, and I use these kind of rubber bracelets all the time as fiber holders, and then I could pull, and that's going to give me sort of a woolen feel to it. But the other way that I can utilize this fiber is with a distaff, with a diz, and as I'm looking at my table, I do not have a diz. I'm going to take a sip of my Cosmopolitan. Come to think of it, maybe I should be drinking, because I realized as soon as I put my glass down, my diz and fiber tool were in my pocket the whole time. So this amazing little diz I picked up at a fiber festival. It is by the Sexy Knitter, and it's not only a yarn needle gauge on one side, but then it's also got the holes in the shape of yarn for the other side. And I'm gonna go ahead and just use one of the bigger holes to demonstrate this, because I don't want it to be very fine. The great thing, and I've talked about this I think before, when you diz fiber, you're essentially pre-drafting a little bit. And as I look at this bat, it's a blend of fibers, which is really lovely. It's so soft. I can't wait to spin it. But pulling it through the diz is going to make it a little bit easier to spin. And it's going to create, I'm kind of lining up all of my fibers. So yes, this is going to be a little bit more of a worsted, which I feel like a lot of my spindle spinning is short forward draw. Now watch, I say that and I'm probably going to end up doing long draw. Most of the time I do either a short forward draw or sort of a hybrid, which is giving me a semi-worsted single in the end. Pulling this through the diz is also going to help line up some of these lovely additional fibers. So as I pull it through the diz, I'm sort of drafting out as well. So if you're a new spinner, this is also a good way to become familiar with fiber, in the sense that you're sort of practicing drafting as you pull it through the diz. Now I'm going to put it back in my pocket so it's out of the way. Holy cow, isn't that amazing? Look at how much fiber there is there. And so now I have this lovely strip. It almost looks like an opened up bat a little bit. And to get started, I find that this will make getting started a lot easier. And there are many, many different ways to get started. Most of the time, with a really smooth shaft like this, I'm just going to bring the fiber down over the top, draft a little bit out, wrap it around, and then start spinning. bit of white in there. It's like spinning a cloud. Spinning clouds in a blue sky. Now, because I want to be able to build a temporary cup up here, I am going to start winding here. Like so. So this is how I am going to spend Distaff Day. This is how I'm going to spend the first day of my 100-day stash down. If you're still thinking about it, please consider joining along. I will put the hashtag down in the description and the comments as well. I hope to see all of the different ways that you are destashing your fiber stash as well. And if you have any additional great mocktail recipes, please feel free to share those with me as well. I am really looking forward to the next 100 days and seeing how much yarn we can all create in that time. Please make sure you drop your comments and your progress down in the comments section below. I can't wait to read some of those and to see what you're all working on. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and happy spinning.